Hello, thank you for being here. This is the 16th episode of my ongoing series where I sit down with you all and talk about some of the photos that I took during my trip. Today, we'll be taking a look at some of the photos I took in Nepal and India with Lomography 100 on my Contax T2 camera. So without any further delay, let's take a look at the photos I took. I took this photo on my second day in Calcutta. The man that you can see sitting inside the house is a man who's in charge of trading money. That day I had a few dollars that I wanted to trade in for some rupees. I really like this composition. I love the way the trees were looking in front of that house. So I stopped for a second and I took this photo. After I had some rupees in my hand, I stopped by this place called Victoria Memorial. I took this photo like 30 minutes before the sunset, so the picture came out very dark. But I also took some photos on my Contax 645 band, which came out really beautiful, which I'm obviously looking forward to show you guys later down the line. I really like this frame. I saw these two security guards inside this premises and they were very upset for God knows what. They saw my camera and they just came out and started screaming at me at Hindi. I wasn't quite sure what they were saying, but I'm pretty sure that they weren't happy with me taking the photo. But I took this photo. As I was taking this photo, I believe the second security guard was picking his nose or doing something, and I'm really enjoying this photo. I saw this cat hanging out with two of her kittens in a street vendor's cart, which I found very interesting. I like the repetition of the shot that's going on the right side and the two cats that are repeating in color, which I really loved. Obviously, this photo came out overexposed, but nonetheless, I'm definitely enjoying this composition, and I think this was one of the best compositions that came out of this roll. This is my favorite photo that I took with Contax T2 at Calcutta. You see, in Calcutta, right on the side of the sidewalk, they have this tube well where people would come in with their buckets and they would just press this well and take water and take it home. I did not have my medium format camera on me right at that very moment, but I would have loved to take this photo with my Contax 645 band. After that evening, me and my cousin caught a flight to Nepal. So the day I went to Nepal, I didn't do too much moving around. But the next day, me and my cousin decided to go to this place called Chandagari Hills, which is like a mountain, and we took this cart that take you all the way on top of the mountain. And from the cart, I took this photo, which came out really beautiful. Right on top of the mountain, there was a beautiful temple, and I believe this is the view of the temple from the cart that was taking us to the mountain. I think the view that we had from top of the mountain was one of the most beautiful views I've ever seen. After spending some time at the mountain, we came back to the hotel and we decided to do some exploring of the local areas in Kathmandu. And I took this picture at a little dark alley in Kathmandu. I don't think I enjoyed taking photos in lomography that much, but this photo did a really great job at portraying the contrast of the light and the dark. I personally think this photo could have been better in so many ways. I do wish I took this photo a little bit up close to the temple, so all the other stuff like the crowd and the people wouldn't be in the frame. So I went back the next day and I took this photo, but more or less they both are the same photo. I am genuinely loving this photo. As you can see, this picture was framed perfectly. The man's right foot was cut off, but I'm not too mad about that. Personally, I'm loving the motion blur that's going on with his right hand. The man had a cigarette in his hand, and I believe he was on the motion to put that cigarette in his mouth. On top of that, I'm definitely enjoying the orange flower that's hanging in the right side. Altogether, this photo came out beautiful. Beautiful. There's a lot of street dogs in Nepal, as it is in any other countries in South Asia, but these dogs are really calm and relaxed. You can go up to them, pet them. Unfortunately, my cousin tried to do the same thing, and he didn't have very good luck with it. I promised him I'm not gonna talk too much about it in this podcast, so let's You see, in Nepal, there's a lot of temples and they're all very, very beautiful. That day I visited another temple. I saw this mom with her kid sitting down and talking. I wish this lady that was facing them was not in the frame, but she was so determined to be in the frame. I have no idea why. Her face is not even in the frame.
Thank you, Maya. Oh, Abdurrahim, Sultan.
I bumped into this man. He was cooking this food called jilapi in Bangladesh. I don't know what they call it in Nepal. You take a lot of dough and you put it in the oil in a circular motion. The man offered me a few to taste, but it wasn't quite hygienic, so I didn't taste it. But I had an amazing time speaking to this man. I like this photo a lot. I don't think I did justice to this photo. I saw this lady. She was wearing a very bright red sari and she was barefoot. She looked like a gangster. I wanted to take this photo, but as soon as I made up my mind to take this photo, these two men showed up and they joined her and they were kind of escorting her. So I took this photo as it is. My cousin got caught on the left side of the frame, but thankfully to balance him out, there was another man that apparently showed up on the right side of the frame. Do I wish I took this photo without this four men on the right side and the left side? Yes, but the fact that they all showed up, it's like the universe came all together to make this imperfect situation perfect for me. So I'm thankful for this photo and I'm enjoying this composition very much. I know these photos weren't the best photos that I have ever taken, but these photos are very, very special to my heart. This was my first time visiting Nepal and I really enjoyed my time in Nepal even though it was a very short amount of time. People think photos are not important until photos are the only thing you have. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next episode. Until then, goodbye.